Okay. Yo, what's up? What's up, Judas Venom? You guys still depressed after yesterday? Me personally, so am I. It's all I've been thinking about. It's crazy. I'm just looking up. I'm doing Brock versus AJ right now, so I'm just making sure I have it. Oh, LA Knight and CM Punk was goated. Thank you. I liked it a lot too. So since Brock Lesnar came out at the end, he's fighting AJ Styles in like a #1 contenders match. Okay, I'm just looking at how I had them last time I animated. Okay, so Punk is like kind of like, or what's his face? AJ's like, I think I'm gonna redo just a little bit of the match. I didn't like that, the first suplex I did. The first one, he kind of like throws him and it's like kind of lame. Was there a time where he had him on the ropes or no? Okay, I'm trying to find out how to do this because I'm kind of editing part of the match out that I didn't happen to like very much. Yo, Josina, how's it going, bro? Me personally here, I'm still just depressed. Like, after yesterday, come on, bro. I can't take any more of this. Triple H is nuts. I mean, like, what is he doing? I'm glad he got booed, though. Poor Cena. Do you see? Cena was like, he smiled while he tapped out. I think he was just like, he's just like, I can't do anything. I'm just gonna. They did him so dirty, bro. Honestly, even if Cena was gonna lose, they should have had him pass out. Having him tap out, and honestly, a lot of people were saying the match was good, like up until that point. I didn't really like the match up until that point. I thought the match wasn't very good. It was just, they did like the same two moves. It was like sleeper, AA, five knuckle shuffle, sleeper. I don't know. Obviously, these are all cool moves, but the attitude adjustment, I don't know how many times they used it in that one match. It's like, guys, calm down. They used a lot of sleepers. Even Cena was smiling when he tapped because he knew, bro. He knew he was. And if you watch the post show, it was so funny. Triple H was like almost accepted it. He like was looking at the crowd while they were booing him, and he was just like, "Wow, I expected worse." Like he was just toying with the crowd, and like the whole like I never understood. Triple H like laughed while he was like hugging Cena. I don't know. The best part of that whole thing was Vince McMahon in the promo package. I'm so glad that Vince, because obviously Cena and Vince are like good in real life friends. So it was nice to see Vince. cut out one of the suplexes now and like, dang, AJ just took like 50 suplexes. Bro, I don't even know if I would say 5 minutes. I would say the last 10 minutes was all just sleepers. When in doubt, sleeper hold. And it was honestly, I did not like it. The whole time, sleeper hold, sleeper hold, sleeper hold, sleeper hold. And I do believe Gunther and Cena could have had a good match. They're both very talented, but also their styles don't really mesh very well. So it was a little bit risky going in. And then they still found a way to mess it up. Which is honestly really sad, because if you really think about it, there's John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and like Hulk Hogan. Like there's just that level of like amazingness. And assuming The Rock is pretty much retired here, Cena was all they had. And Cena offered to do 200 dates. They said no, 36. Cena told them like, I will do what you want, and they just took advantage of it. They took advantage of the fact that Cena is like a yes man, and he's a company guy, and he'll do what they say. Stupid. I started crying when the video played. Dude, that video package, I almost started crying too. The package was just so sad. That was just emotional. And then Vince got me. When Vince came on, John Cena's dad, The Undertaker. They showed a lot of video packages throughout the thing, but that's got to be like D1 emotional. I just feel bad for Cena, because now I do think he's retired now, so he can't really go back and fix anything. He ain't no Ric Flair. It's honestly kind of stupid how they just like totally misused it. It took so much advantage of. Honestly, I don't think Triple H doesn't like anybody who gets over by themselves or is like not a second generation superstar, which is stupid. Because obviously Vince likes the second generations. I'm not saying that like Cody and Braun Breaker aren't good, but what do they both have in common? And then second, bro, cut to Stephanie McMahon every second. Like when in doubt, cut to Stephanie McMahon. I swear, bro, how much Stephanie do we get? It was insane. I would have preferred like Jesse the Body Ventura, but no. Stephanie McMahon, future Hall of Famer. Let's shove her up your eyes the whole show. Stupid. But he signed another contract. Yeah, he signed the ambassador contract. I saw that. That's just honestly, it's very sad, Yusuf. They had so many opportunities to just like fix things. They messed it all up. I feel so bad. And talking HCW, talking about the rest of the card, I don't know why Cody and Oba ended in DQ. That was honestly sad because they were having a great match. And the tag match was honestly, it was amazing. But they only gave it like 2 minutes. Match was like it was good. It was high paced, high energy. But like, is my earbud even working? All right, we're going. Come on, earbuds connect. All right, well, I'm sorry, HCW, no earbuds today. You guys are gonna have to get bad mic quality. What was I saying?
The tag match literally got like 2 seconds of the whole card. That got me tight. Because, first of all, Leon Slater's, like, amazing. All his TNA stuff, and AJ Styles doesn't want to move right now. And the women's match was okay. On his retirement tour, it was AJ, and he had to ask for the match. I would say the top 3 matches were AJ. Obviously, AJ was amazing. Cody at SummerSlam. Definitely not WrestleMania. And then I liked the stuff he did with Dom. I liked the Boston match especially just because I was there for it, so that's like more personal to me. But I also really liked his San Diego match was good, the Survivor Series. And I suppose the last couple matches he did, like the Sami Zayn on SmackDown, even like I didn't really like how they did the 6-man tag match, but it was a good match. Like it probably shouldn't have happened. They literally could have done a singles match on that one Raw, but they chose a 6-man tag match. It's alright. We can't really change anything now, so I can't really say like what if, because nothing else obviously is going to get changed. Triple H just might get booed a little bit more. In 2026, we're cooked. All that's going to happen is less fans are going to show up and the tickets are going to be more expensive. Which is really all they do every year. Bro, Vince McMahon's pricing model, I was at my cousin and my uncle's house watching Cena's thing, and he said when he was a kid he went to a wrestling show. And he's not that old, okay? He went to a WWE show and he got ringside tickets for $6. Can you imagine ringside tickets for $6? Triple H is like rolling in his grave. You'd be lucky to find ringside tickets for $600 now. I have to get some sticky tack. What was your favorite match of last night? Obviously, like, Cena for sentimental, but, like, in-ring gotta be that tag match, guys. Come on. I know AJ botched the phenomenal forearm, although I heard some things saying, like, that could have actually been in the script, because only AJ Styles could botch something so convincingly. I'm telling you, that whole thing. I felt like Bayley and Sol Ruka, obviously they're both very good, but I felt like they were botching a lot last night. If you just looked, there were a lot of... It's also because they tried to wrestle in a very technical style, which is a hard wrestling style to begin with. For Robo WrestleMania tickets in 2026, but it'd be $1 million. $1 million tickets will come at some point, and I'm not even like kidding. They'll offer like a 2-day package where like you meet the people. Definitely for like $1 million. And then they'll be like, this is gonna be the greatest WrestleMania ever. And it'll be like the main event will be like Sami Zayn versus Brock Lesnar, 5-minute squash match for the world title. I'm just thinking about the future. That just sounds like a main event that they would do. I don't know. I really would like for 2026 to be a good year, but I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know. That would be like amazing if it was a good year. Although, you guys, I really liked the R-Truth segment last night. I don't know about how you guys thought. It was a little bit random, but... I'm sorry, guys. I'm locked in. I'm doing a power bomb right now. But you can tell that he was frustrated at himself. Yo, easily. Hey, my damn collector. You could definitely tell he was mad. Which I feel really bad because Cena, he really is amazing. And he was wrestling last night almost like Super Cena with like 2 moves. Because he really didn't do that much last night. The best 2 things were like the avalanche attitude adjustment and the AA through the table, which are both very cool spots, but if you think about it, they're both the same move. Oh. Dang, Brock. Stay, bro, stay. Brock Lesnar is not staying. Brock. Who do you guys think Brock's working with at WrestleMania next year? Probably like a 5-minute squash match to main event the show. I don't know. This run this year for Brock has been just really underwhelming for me personally. Partly because I love Roman Reigns and he just came in and destroyed Roman. How much Roman and Brock do we get? The "you can't wrestle" chants could have returned last night. I'm being for real. Joe Cena was better this year than WWE. You're not lying. Joe Cena better than John Cena. It's just so dumb. Brock, I do want to see Brock versus, and I like Brock, don't get me wrong, I'm a little bit mad that he had to come in and, like, have that bad match. I would like to see Brock versus Oba. I really thought last night's match between Oba and Cody was going great, until that dumb DQ finish. Oba versus Drew would be good, although the only bad thing about that is Drew would lose, so they couldn't have Oba come in and instantly start losing like Carmelo Hayes. Okay, we're just going to go back to having the tack on. Carmelo Hayes jobs way too much. What are your thoughts on Saturday's main event? Roman's my favorite wrestler. I thought that it was just really depressing. And it was disrespectful to John Cena. Plus, we're taking Triple H's advice here. Can we not just look at his track record for once? Just be like, maybe we shouldn't listen to this guy. Maybe he doesn't know what's best for the company. And then last night, he went on the press conference. He started insulting the fans. He literally was like, they can't understand it. It's too recent. Like, what? Not everyone can have a 50-year career like you, Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. His technical kayfabe name is Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Exactly. And it's not the superstars that were bad. Or it was the booking. Exactly. Cena's great. Booking. Oh man, I need a new ring. Hopefully getting that SmackDown ring for Christmas. And Brock Lesnar slowly falling. That's what I feel about, like, there's amazing in-ring people nowadays, but WWE just doesn't know how to use them or book them or do anything with them. And everyone's part-time now. There should be a rule. Like, if you're in WWE, you're like wrestling. I get some people don't wrestle as much, but you should be wrestling. Even Cody. Cody used to wrestle, like, Every week, you knew you were going to have, like, something at the beginning of the show with Cody, setting up a match in the main event. Now, Cody, obviously, I'm not blaming him here. He wrestles a lot. But even Cody now is getting a little bit more part-time. He's taking too much advice from Roman. I love Roman. Roman is my favorite. I don't know, I feel like someone said that in the comments. Roman's also my favorite. And I just wish he was a little bit less part-time. The only thing Triple H pays attention to is the money. Exactly. WrestleMania without John Cena. Exactly. WrestleMania, pretty much every WrestleMania has John Cena on the card. Even WrestleMania 40, he wasn't wrestling, but he did the run-in in the main event. WrestleMania 39, he fought Austin Theory. I think 38 was one of the first ones he hadn't been on in at least a while. 38, I don't think he was on, unless I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. But I could be. And then that was a bad powerbomb. I might have to redo this powerbomb. Yep, we're redoing it. Sorry, guys. Wasted a little bit of your time, but 38 and 37, I believe. So, yeah, because 37 was, that was the first one where there were fans back, because there was 36, had no fans. 36 had, in my opinion, one of the worst WrestleMania matches ever, with him versus Bray Wyatt. I absolutely hate that match, but at least he was on the card. 37 was a little bit weird. It was like the same, like, pirate gimmick as the one before, and it was, like, hosted by, like, Titus O'Neil and, like, Hulk Hogan or something, which we all know the only reason why they did that is because it was a black guy, and they wanted Hulk Hogan to be, like, chill with them so they wouldn't get heat or whatever. So, that's stupid. I'll hire Eric Bischoff at this point. Low-key. Even if Cena was willing to commit to it, which I know he can't just because of his Hollywood stuff, but if Cena did more, like, creative stuff, bro, I would be so down. Like, if he could get to book, like, a WrestleMania or something like that, like, special guest show booker, John Cena, I would pay to see that show. And everything's so expensive now. And Brock Lesnar's about to fall over. I was also at my cousin's house, and he also collects figures. He has the John Cena Ultimate. Sick. To be honest, Cena would book it. That would be amazing. I dropped my string. I'll have to watch the clock. I'm going to, like, a party thing in a little bit, so. Everyone, if you're enjoying this, please sub up. Bro, James Ellsworth, I don't know. He's actually a pretty smart wrestling dude. He just is obviously the go-to jobber. Like, when you think of jobber, you think of, like, James Ellsworth, Akira Tozawa. Like, these are the guys you're thinking of. Me personally, when I think of jobber, I think of Akira. Poor Akira. Didn't even get to go into the Rumble match. Aisha Speed took a spot. Bro, I can just imagine him backstage, like, alright, Triple H, what do I have to do today? Nothing. Your spot's getting taken by a YouTuber. Okay. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. I saw Akira Tozawa wrestle in one of the dark matches before the Raw I went to. It was like the Alpha Academy versus like the New Day, I think. New Day. I honestly wish Carmelo Hayes was pushed a little bit more. Just because I think Carmelo was huge in NXT. I don't think people realize, because they're just seeing the current thing, how big he was in NXT. He was like a champion with Trick and everything. It's honestly wild how misused they are. Yeah, there is a lot of jobbers, sadly. I feel like everyone should be treated the same. There's a place for jobbers, people who lose, and that place is non-existent. I think wins and losses should mean more than they do. We're getting back to a time where we could miss a SmackDown or two, and it's okay. Because we don't even need to look at the results. We know that there was the U.S. Open Challenge. We know Aleister Black and Damian Priest probably fought just because that's what they've been doing for the past 5-6 months. They've been fighting every single SmackDown. And we know there's probably like DIY versus like some form of like the Wyatts, or actually the Wyatts never wrestle. Like the Motor City Machine Guns are pretty deadly or something. Are those rubber ropes or going back to 3 hours? Yeah, these are rubber ropes. I'm hoping to get the new SmackDown ring that have like good ones. SmackDown can't even book 2 hours. Why are we expanding to 3? Oh well, that was a bad powerbomb. I just do this for impact. Just the other thing. They do 3-minute matches all the time. They do 3-minute matches. Who does? Who does the 3-minute matches? The tag match from last night was 3 minutes, and it was... I'm just like, what do you think this is? Like, this isn't Vince McMahon. Like, also, I can't... There's only 4 matches. The past 2 PLEs, if you're counting, like, Saturday Night's Main Event as a PLE, they've had 4 matches. I get War Games, but they filled it up with so many ads that they couldn't put in another match. Man, I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. We're going to delete this thing. Crazy how I have 5 of the rings you have. I should give them away. You should. These rings are okay. They're easier to animate on probably, but they should make this type of ring with like just more like scaled, because that's the only reason why I want the new SmackDown ring. So I have more room, because I was noticing with the Rumble I did, there was like 3 people in the ring at a time, and it's just like, it was getting pretty annoying. You have this cage ring. I like the cage. You can make a War Games thing with this cage ring. If you attach 2 of the rings together with the steel cage. Oh, this arm's just a bit loose. You guys want to hear a secret? Triple H sucks. I have only 2 rings, although, as I've mentioned multiple times, I'm hoping to get the new SmackDown ring. Just because it looks fire. That's the craziest secret ever. Were you there yesterday where the thing at the match? No. I wish I was at Cena's last match. In fact, I was going to be. I was planning on going when it was originally scheduled to be in Boston, Cena's hometown. But then, no, Washington, D.C. We have a lot of money, so we're just going to pay. Idiots. Things like that shouldn't be a bidding war. Cena's last match should have been in either Boston or I believe, where was it where that he debuted? In, like, Chicago, I think. Those are the really only 2 passable options. Everything else is just, they did Washington, D.C. for money. It should have been Boston. Okay, guys? Cena's hometown here. I'm back. Yo, what's up? It should have been in Boston, and I could have gone. I ended up going to Cena's Raw, which was good, because I got to see him versus Dom, see him win the title. Amazing. I really think they wasted his appearance, his last Raw, because it was just him and, like, it was a good match, okay? But why a 6-man tag team match? For Cena's final Raw, is this how we want to see him go out? In a mini feud with the Judgment Day. Really. That was Cena's last feud. Because Gunther was his last match. Dominic was his last feud. Because he was actually, like, beefing with the Judgment Day. Let's be real here. They do everything for money. For real. See the Undertaker? They're selling an Undertaker legacy belt for Christmas, and it's like $1,000. Who the heck is gonna pay $1,000? These parents with their Christmas budgets are gonna, if they want to buy WWE stuff for the kids, they're buying one item. Sorry, honey, Santa could only get you one item because WWE is too darn expensive now. I'm just watching this match. You guys can watch a little bit of it too. It's so far pretty bad. I'm not really liking it. We start off with 3 big suplexes. He gets up, power bomb. He stands up. Now, I don't know. Bro, $1,000 for a belt is crazy. I know. Watch Gunther retire Randy Orton. I heard the rumor he's retiring Brock. He's retiring AJ and Randy. And Gunther versus AJ Styles. That's AJ's last match. That's when I start crying. Triple H just really hates everybody. There's like very, very, very few people who Triple H likes. And Gunther happens to be one of them. Which, no hate to Gunther. Gunther's very good. But it's just annoying how Triple H likes him so much. And then there's literally John Cena. Holy cow. He likes John Cena less than Gunther. They're coming for me, chat. I'm just gonna have Brock like pick him up a little bit here. I also feel bad for like lapsed fans who don't really watch. If Gunther retires, one more person had to root WWE because they got a PC. Poor WWE setup. Nope. Now it's all PC setup. I swear, these fans who haven't watched WWE in ages are going to be like, oh, I'll watch. Maybe the product has gotten better. Then they have to see this. I feel bad. They had to see a very bad show. Man, this animation is really bad. I'm sorry, guys. This is not an accurate representation of my usual animating skills. Skills is a little bit of a force, but I'm usually better than this. Usually. You say, are you Mary? I'll say no. True Joe Cena, to be honest. I love moving. Same. That's why I loved redoing the whole setup when I added the table. And I got my little table set up. It was so fun. Because doing cool stuff with your setup, it's fun. Honestly, I could see Gunther retiring Brock just because that's like the dream match. But if Gunther retires like Randy or AJ, that's when we draw the line, guys. I don't know why, it's just fun. It is fun. Oh man, this is just turning out really bad. You guys are getting to witness a terrible animation, you lucky kids. This should be fairly easy. It is not. I was playing WWE 2K yesterday against my cousin. It was fun. I lost though a lot. I won in one of like the 3 matches we did. I did a Rumble, and I swear I got eliminated like 3 times because you can like, if you get eliminated from Rumble in 2K, you can like choose to be the next entrant. So I did that, and I got like the worst. I ended up as James Ellsworth. That was my last character, James Ellsworth. Quite sad. That's terrible, as long as you're trying your best. Well, you know what? Sometimes I'm in an animating mood. Right now, not so much. So that's why it's not very good. Because okay, this can be a fairly easy animation. You guys know what movie I want to see? That new Anaconda movie. That's what I want to see. And also Street Fighter. Because Street Fighter has Cody. What match should I make? What match should I make? You should do John Cena versus Gunther. Make it good. Because that could be a good match. I guarantee Gunther versus John Cena. You have a big mouth, John Cena. I do think that John Cena versus Gunther could have been good. It wouldn't have been my first pick for a retirement match. I also felt like that's a match that they could have done months ago. Like, that would have been a passable Raw match. Like, if Cena had stayed babyface and, like, wrestled on a lot of his earlier Raw appearances, because for a while he was just cutting promos, and then in the second half of the year when he was all babyface, he started wrestling. If he had done the matches earlier, he could have maybe gotten in a match with, like, Kevin Owens. He could have wrestled, like, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. I really wanted to see Sheamus. I'm about to play with my figures. Nice. I do that, but I don't have Gunther on me. Randy versus Roman, that'd be good. You could do Randy versus Roman. They didn't do Roman Reigns versus John Cena. My dad pointed this out. He was like, if Roman's gonna wrestle 6 times a year, which is about what he's doing, don't you think one of those people should have been John Cena? I get they wrestled kind of recently in that SummerSlam match they had. But if you're going to have Roman fight, there isn't really a... Didn't even have to make sense. If Roman was feeling it, they could have done Roman versus Cena on, like, the main event of a Raw, and it would have made sense. Oh, you know what they could have done? Okay, hear me out. This is, like, an actually, like, a W thing, so listen to this. So the Triple Threat Women's match, that's the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, okay? And then it's Roman Reigns versus John Cena on the night before WrestleMania to determine who main events Night 2. Wouldn't that have been tough? Kind of like how they did with Punk and John Cena. They had a match once where it was like winner main events WrestleMania. So they could have done John Cena versus Roman Reigns on like Raw and winner main events WrestleMania. Wouldn't that have been tough? Because that women's triple threat probably deserved to main event. I get Roman usually main events, so they just stuck with the easy choice, but they could have done a winner main events, and they could have had Cena win. Or even Roman, because the Cena match wasn't very good. Yo, that's a guy. Let me just watch this a couple times. I'm watching back the match so far. You knew we had to start with Suplex City. Now this kind of weak powerbomb. Then AJ gets up. Now, I don't even know what to do now, because Brock doesn't have too many moves in his moveset. I think I'll have him hit a fisherman suplex. Or not, like, completely fisherman, because fisherman you hook the leg. But I'll have him do, like, the usual suplex. The one that most people do. Has Io Sky... What am I saying? Has Io Sky been on TV? Has, what's her face? Bayley hasn't really been on TV much recently. Is what I've been noticing. The women's tag division is so stacked now. They could take one or two of those teams. Before this year started, we were asking for more teams. Now I think the SmackDown could use a couple big names. So they could take out one or two of those names. They could literally put Io Sky and Rhea Ripley on SmackDown. So then they did the little tease of Jade Cargill wrestling Rhea Ripley. Let's actually have it happen now. And I wonder... Sorry, guys. I'm struggling with the suplex. Never in my life have I ever. Until now, but, Guys. This is kind of getting me just a little bit pissed. Okay. I could do that. I'll have him do at least a suplex first, though. Man, this suplex is getting me pissed off. Okay. Suplexes aren't supposed to be this hard. Okay, we're deleting up to this point. Also, the sticky tack has been failing me recently. I tell you. We're doing a little bit of a restart on the suplex. We have to get it how it was before. Then Brock was like, something like this, I don't know. Belly. Should I do Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn? That would look be tough. Dude, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have so much in-ring chemistry. Like, they're like wrestling soulmates. That's how I feel about AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, Siobhan Evans, and Leon Slater. They're actually good in the ring. Triple H took the one match that was good last night and gave it like 2 seconds. I'm working on the suplex here. Yo, you guys know Edge used to have a catchphrase where he just said spear. Spear. Yeah, it's really dumb. Man, I am not excited to animate this suplex. I might have him roll out the ring, although then I don't know what I would do after that. Guys, it's time for my wife, Sticky Tack. I don't know who said that. I think it was Joe Cena. Which, hey, Sticky Tack is a very resourceful product in the modern day economy. If I could have one item for animating, I wouldn't even choose string. I would just choose Sticky Tack. Man, this is. Whoa. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Like, really out of hand. Out of hand quickly. We need to lock in. Fisherman suplex is something that should be easy. It currently isn't. Let's work on it here. Come on. Yeah, I like when he had defeat with Chris Jericho. Yeah. I also made a John Cena show. Nice. Yeah, when he had the feud with Chris Jericho, you're right. That's when he was just like spear. That's kind of all he said. That was basically the whole feud. What was that feud? You guys have to remind me because you're all like huge wrestling fans here. What was the feud that they were fighting over shampoo? Real ones know what I'm talking about. It was a WrestleMania match. where it started over someone doing like a shampoo ad read or something. Somebody here might know. Speaking of wrestlers, where's Chris Jericho? You just made the list. That was definitely my favorite gimmick of Chris Jericho. Break down the walls of Jericho. Oh, come on. Booker T. Bro, I'm just a little bit mad because my Brock figure just fell. I'm not really feeling the animations today. I'm just telling you guys here. It's not going very well. No. Shoot. I just want it all to work out. Come on. Lock in, guys. It was like Booker T and was it Kane or I don't know. It was Booker T and Isaac Yankem. Man, this suplex is just terrible. Bro, why is it so hard to find all my John Cena figures? Man, this match is turning out to be really bad. Just putting it out there. Don't get your hopes up for Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. I'm currently not. Now it's just an absolute piece of doo-doo. I think I'm supposed to have him like hook the leg or something. What if we see Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? I hope not. That would mean Jey Uso's in a singles match. The right direction for WrestleMania next year is bringing in the Hardys. Imagine the Hardys versus the Usos in 2025. The Usos should stay a tag team. Because they tried out Jay in the singles division. It didn't work. When does Jimmy get his try? If Jay got a crack at the singles division, Jimmy should get a try. Maybe Jimmy will make something work. Because Jay clearly didn't. Want to see pictures when the new Raw belt? Sure. So he kind of gets up. Everyone can subscribe, by the way, even though there's like 2 people watching. Alright. Interesting suplex right there. I mean, that's possible. Jimmy might be better than Jay. And Jay just has a little bit more charisma. Although Jimmy never gets put on TV, so... You sounded like You sound like an ex-girlfriend. Oh. Well, let's go get ready for the party. So hopefully this match doesn't suck. So probably saying goodbye, guys. That was a fun stream. Wasn't really feeling the animation, but it was fun. So bye, guys. Hope you all have a good day. L.A. Night. Yeah.